You feel like a failure when things don't go the way you planned them to. You feel like a failure when the expectations that you want out of life is not your reality. And I want you to know that feeling like a failure is a good thing. That's not what you want to hear. I know, but it's actually a good thing. It's a good thing because it shows deep down that you want something more out of life. You don't like the way your life is right now. You don't like your reality. You want to change it. And that's a good thing because you don't want to stay the same. You are open to change. But it's scary to actually get to that change. It's scary for you to really accept that change because you want to change your life, but there's the questions of how, and then when you get the how, it's what do I do and how do I do it? And then the fear of getting out of your comfort zone to really change it is the problem, or you don't really have consistency. And most times it's actually like that because you are scared and you feel like you failed, you've not gotten what you want, or as a result as well, the year has ended. It's everything I've planned for it, or my goals and everything, they really come to pass this year. It's not what I want. And you start feeling like what's really going on here, and it just shows that you want something more. It just shows that you're not complacent. It just shows that you're not ignorant of everything that is going on. It just shows that you're not being negligent. It just shows that you want to do something about it. And feeling like a failure can actually be very daunting and can really affect you mentally. Honestly, it does. And what do you do when you start feeling like this? That's actually the solution, because we can't just focus on all the feelings and all of that, but rather, what do we do to stop feeling this type of way? What do you actually do to stop feeling like a failure? Like I said, we're not going to be focusing on just the feelings, because if we're just focusing on, we feel like a failure all the time, there needs to be, how do we get out of there? What are the solutions? Because we do not really like our reality, and what we're expecting is not what we are seeing actually, okay? The first thing you're going to do is ask yourself some questions. The question is, how do you actually feel? Where do you feel this pain? Where do you feel this heaviness when you just think of, oh my God, I feel like a failure? Where do you actually feel it? When I was feeling like that, like I always say, is this on this channel is I share what actually works for me, and I share what has worked for me, because I won't just say, I just stopped feeling like a failure. It just happened once. Sometimes it happens, but this is what I keep going back to all the time that's really helped me. And is asking yourself, where do you feel this pain? When I feel like a failure, when I used to feel like a failure, I feel the pain inside, like my stomach. That's why I feel it. I have this rush that goes on, and I just have this thing. It just feels very, very hot inside of my stomach, and I also feel it in my chest and my back. And when you feel this thing, the heaviness, do not hide it, do not fake it, do not ignore it, because most times you want to push it, you want to face it, you want to just pick up something and just to numb the pain. You could just pick up your phone and just start going through social media to just actually numb that. You try to escape. It could be you go start calling someone on the phone just get your mind off it. No, feel it. Don't ignore the feelings inside. Just feel it deep, deep, deep inside. And when you're feeling it, you could just journal. Actually, how are you feeling? Just write about it. Are you angry? You don't like it? Good. Let's start from there, and then you journal about that. Now that we've actually started with asking ourselves questions of why are we feeling like this, or why are we feeling the pain and everything, we are gonna look for evidence. We're gonna look for evidence of success in our lives. You're gonna look for evidence in your life that where there's actually success. You're gonna look for success in your life where it says, where have you actually been successful in something? You might say, where? You're watching this video right now. That's a success to me. You're awake today. You've actually seen the day. Whether you're watching this at nighttime or anytime, you actually have gotten up from your bed and you've actually seen the day. And here you are right now looking at me. You and I speaking that's a success. You've had food today. It's a success. You drank water. That's success. You've spoken to someone. That's success. You've been alive today. that success. You could have done so many things in your life actually. Maybe you've gone to school, you've gone to uni, you've graduated from high school, or you've got a job, or you just done something. Just look for that thing in your life. Ask yourself, what have I done recently that has really been good? It could be you've helped someone. That's a success. Look for that evidence and try to like show it to yourself and say, yes, I'm not really a failure. I'm not a failure at all. I have not failed. I have actually been successful in these areas, and I'm going to continue to be like that. I'm moving forward from that, or looking for that evidence of success in your life is from now henceforth. Every time every time you do something that you know is really successful, literally write it down. Give yourself some accolades, give yourself some praise, and just like really be proud of yourself. Us as humans is that we could have so many things that we've done, but just one thing that we didn't do right, or we failed at. We use that one thing to cover all that good things that we've done very well. You need to actually remind yourself all the time. Put it into like a kind of like a book or your journal where you've actually like say things you are grateful for. You've done this and you've done. I have a planner where I tend to write daily, not really all the time. Like let's say if I went to the gym, or if I exercise from the house, good, no problem. Or what did I eat? Kind of like watching my progress, and also where I do something good, I'll be like, oh wow, I did this. I'm so proud of myself. Like recording this video right now, I am doing it. I'm talking to you right now, and that's a success for me. Just start doing something like that. It actually helps. And I want you to be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Wow. Because when I hear the word be kind to yourself, I say to myself, oh Stephanie, be kind to yourself. Is stop being hard on yourself. One thing I always say to myself is when I feel I have this feeling of, oh, I didn't get what I want, or what I'm expecting is not my reality, is that, wait, Stephanie, just be calm. You too, be calm, be kind to yourself and be calm. Don't try to be all mean to yourself. You wouldn't be mean to a friend. You wouldn't be mean to a child or anyone at all. Why do you do it to yourself? Why do you say hurtful words to yourself? I used to be a very big critic of myself, or be a critic to my own self a lot. But it wasn't serving me. It wasn't serving anyone. Until someone actually spoke to me like, why are you always being mean to yourself? Why are you always so criticizing yourself? Because I felt like me being criticizing myself is me giving myself love. There's some things you could do that are not really right, but then you correct yourself and say, oh, we shouldn't do this anymore. But you did it out of love, not because, oh wow, you start saying insultive words to yourself. But when you won't say that to other people, you won't say that to other people. You need to be kind to yourself. You need to actually really, really, really be a nice person to yourself. Be nice to yourself as well, just the way you're also bringing love to other people. When you start putting love inside of you and you start also putting other people, it's radiates, it shows, rather than just being mean and showing wickedness to yourself by criticizing yourself all the time. Do not become your own enemy. Do not become your own worst enemy by always criticizing yourself. Kind to yourself. Because your expectations are not your reality, you need to look outside of your goals. You need to look inwards. You need to stop trying to make success feel like a measurable thing. You need to stop making success look like something you have to just achieve immediately. You need to stop making success look like, oh, it has to be kind of like, oh, when I get this thing, I'm gonna be happy. When I get this money, I wanna be feeling like when I get. You need to stop making success feel like that. Because when you don't get those things, that's when you start feeling like a failure. Instead, look inwards and look outside of your goals. Look outside of what you have or what you want to achieve. Like I said the first time, the first question of asking yourself, what are you feeling like? Really, really ask, what do I want? When you actually look at that, then you look at the things that you said you didn't achieve or that is making you feel like a failure. you look, okay, where did I make a mistake in this? Was it really my fault? Okay, we're not going to blame others. We're just going to, okay, look at this. Okay, what should I do better? What should I do next moving forward? If you keep holding on to the past, you are not going to do anything in life. You just keep holding on to what's behind you. It's like, if you keep focusing on the door that you've shut, like, you can't see the door right in front of you because you're always looking at the one at the back. It's been shut already. It's your past. And stop focusing on that. And stop focusing on things that you didn't achieve or anything. Focus on what you should do next. And I'm not saying you should be complacent, but that's what I'm telling you. Focus on what you should do and be more present in yourself instead. Rather than just trying to focus on what's behind. Let's focus on what's now. And don't worry about what will be in the future, but actually what's now to actually make the future better. If you need to speak to someone, if you have this feeling of you're feeling like a failure or anything, speak to someone. It could be a therapist, it could be a counselor, it could be someone from your church or a friend that you trust, that you just need to speak to someone about it. It could be anyone. As long as you trust them, you need to speak to someone about this thing that you're feeling inside. Because if you're just not speaking about it and just putting it inside, there won't be solution. Finally, I just want you to know that you're not a failure. You're someone that is successful, and you're someone that is loved by God, that has actually created you. God is a God of success. It doesn't fail, and it didn't fail at creating you. And I want you to know that Him having that success in Him, like God being successful, He has put that inside of you. So feeling like a failure, like I said, is a good thing, because you are actually about to step into something so amazing and you've recognized it. And thank you very much for watching this video. I will see you in the next video. Bye. Love you.